Hari Om. Did you hear that Krishna sound? If you heard it, your ears are sharp. So before we start, we will do tongue japa. TJ. Tongue. Only tongue will be chanting. You can watch me. My lips will not be moving. Only the tongue will be chanting, and you can listen to the chanting. Carefully watch. Narayana, 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 Narayana. Narayana, 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 Narayana. Without sound also. Only tongue. So anywhere you can do this. In the airport, anywhere now you're wearing mask and all, nobody will know. So you can practice wearing the mask, whether your lips are moving or not. And then stand in front of the mirror and see Narayana, 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 Narayana. You can do faster also. Narayana, 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 Narayana. See that? So this is called tongue japa, mantra. Narayana means what? The universal life. The one life in all the beings. So when you're chanting Narayana, you can feel the presence of that universal life pulsating in every single being. In you yourself, every cell in you is alive. So that universal life is Narayana. You must have heard in all the movies, you might have seen Narada saying Narayana, Narayana. So now you can also do that tongue japa. Now, there was a great man. This is long, many years ago, long time ago in South India. This great man, he was a minister, very great, very intelligent, very shrewd. He will give the right counsel at the right time. His name was Karunakara Shastri. Karunakara Shastri. And with him, he had his widowed daughter-in-law, because his son passed away. There was some mishap and his son passed away, but his daughter-in-law and a grandson. And the grandson looked exactly like the grandfather. It's a very unique combination. And the grandson's name was Lakshmana Shastri. True to the name, Karunakara Shastri, because he was Karuna, embodiment of compassion. He can never say no to anyone. Very charitable, very kind, very compassionate was Karunakara Shastri. And this boy, the grandson, from 5 years old, he was so attached to his grandfather. He used to walk like grandfather, and he thought he talked like grandfather, and everybody started praising the grandson. Oh, he looks like grandfather. And mother was very kind, was very watchful for the upbringing of the child. And this grandfather, the grandchild used to observe that how the grandfather is always in the mood of giving. Anybody coming for help, he is to help. So grandson was observing from 5 onwards. And when he was 9-year-old, the grandson, the grandfather, because he was an old man, he passed away, leaving behind the daughter-in-law, the widowed daughter-in-law, and the grandson, Lakshmana Shastri. the mother of Lakshmana Shastri was very particular. Even though they became poor because grandfather left very little property because he was giving away without thinking of tomorrow. So they became not very rich. But the mother made sure that her son got the education. She put him in the same school in the village, which was built by grandfather. Grandfather built the school and the grandson was going to the same school. And the teacher in the school knew the glory of the grandfather. And he gave special love to the grandson because he used to tell, you look like your grandfather. You should be as great as your grandfather. Thus the teacher also encouraged the boy. Thus 1 year passed when the boy was 10 years old. At that time, a great poet was world renowned. He came to that village and he came to the school where Lakshmana Shastri was studying, the grandson was studying. And that great poet was honored by Lakshmana Shastri's grandfather. The Karunakara Shastri honored the great poet. So he came and told the teacher, that great old man, that Karunakara Shastri, he honored me so much. I'm so sad that I can't see him. The teacher said, his grandson is in my class. That his name is Lakshmana Shastri. You see him? And immediately Lakshmana Shastri stood up. And when the poet saw the boy, he said, he looks like the grandfather. He looks like Karunakara Shastri. You look exactly like your grandfather. And imagine the grandchild's joy. All the boys are looking at him with all reverence of the grandfather. And the poet looking at him, you remind me of a grandfather. And he recited a poetry on the spot. Gloriously recited the poetry in glory of grandfather. When the boy heard the poetry glorifying his grandfather, something happened in him. Suddenly, he took out from his wrist the golden bangle, which belongs to his grandfather. Grandfather had put the golden bangle. He took out the golden bangle and gave it to the poet. And the poet took it with both hands because the poet saw the grandfather in the boy. And the boy took out and gave it to even though they are not very rich now. They were in poor condition. His mother was working hard to make both ends meet. But the boy never thought, although he just took it out and gave it. The poet was glorifying the boy now. He sang a poetry in praise of the boy. And the teachers were glorifying the boy. His friends were glorifying the boy. Everybody were glorifying the child's generosity. At that time, he was happy. When the poet left, all the students left, teacher left. But when he was trying to go home, the boy started becoming perturbed. I don't know what happened to me. I just gave up. What will my mother say? Because we are not rich anymore. When grandfather was rich, we could do all the charity. But my mother is struggling day and night to maintain the family. She's giving me still the education. So what will I tell mom? So he thought, I better not go home soon. He thought, if I go home now, mom will recognize. So he waited till the sun sets. And slowly when the sun set, but he had to go for dinner. So he reached home. It was almost dusk. And he washed his hands quickly before the mom could see. And he was hiding his left hand under the shirt and went. Mom said, come for dinner. And mom served. And he started eating. One left hand is hiding under his shirt. He's eating. And generally, whenever he's while eating, he'll drink water because the Indian food, South Indian food, spicy. So he used to drink water now and then. Today, he's only clearing his throat, but not drinking water. The mom was watching. And then eating. And then now and then he'll eat yogurt rice to patch up. He's not drinking water. The mom said, what happened? You're not drinking water today? That's very good. You're not drinking water. But what happened? Your left hand is not seen at all. Why are you not bringing your left hand? What happened to your left hand? No, nothing. Show me. Mom took that left hand out of the shirt. And what is immediately mom could notice? What happened to your golden bracelet? Mom, I'm very sorry, mom. I don't know what happened. Today, the poet came to our school and he praised grandfather so much. He sang a poetry glorifying grandfather. I don't know what happened. Suddenly my right hand went to my left hand and took out the golden bangle and gave it to him. I don't know what happened, mom. Mom said. Then the boy looked at mom's face. Mom's face looked angry at the boy. Mom, I'm sorry, mom. Don't be angry, mom. Tomorrow itself, I will. Mom said, oh, fool, you fool, silly fool. How could you do this? Mom, don't be angry. Don't be angry. Tomorrow morning, I will go to my teacher's house, find out where the poet is, and ask the boy to return the golden bangle. Mom pulled the boy closer and said, my dear, you think I'm angry because you gave the golden bracelet to the poet? Then why are you angry? I am angry because you are the grandson of the great Karunakara Shastri. And your grandfather never did anything halfway. You gave only one gold bracelet to the poet. What will you do with one and the other pair is in your other hand? Whenever you give, you should give it completely, not half give. You should have given the other bracelet as well so that he can use it as a pair. How could you do that? You are the great grandson of the great Karunakara Shastri. The boy's eyes brightened up. Mom, so you are not angry that I gave off one bracelet? No, I'm angry because you did halfway. Okay, mom, since you want me to give, tomorrow morning, I will go to my teacher, ask where the poet lives, and give the other golden bracelet also. Mom said, no. Tomorrow, what will happen? We don't know. Our mind may change. Din, mom said. Din means D-I-N. Do it now. Mom, he quickly went, Mom, I'll wash my hands and go to the teacher, find out. So he ran. After washing his hands, he went to the teacher, asked where the poet lives. And the poet said, I will take you to the poet's house. And there, the boy narrated the incident at home. My mom said, my grandfather was so great, he never did anything halfway. Therefore, my mom said, I should give you the other pair also. So please accept both as a pair. The boy said. The poet's eyes were flowing with tears of joy. So what a great family. This is called the family heritage. The grandson inherited the real values of the grandfather, the generosity. One quality, if it is at the highest, then all qualities follow. Serenity, regularity, absence of vanity, sincerity, simplicity, veracity, equanimity, fixity, non-irritability, adaptability, humility, tenacity, integrity, nobility, magnanimity, charity, generosity, purity. All 18 itis follow. One quality if you develop. You can choose any one quality and practice. Other qualities follow, faithfully follow. So remember always, Karunakara Shastri's glories started flowing through the heart of Lakshmana Shastri. So Karunakara Shastri is eternally in that family. So what you do will apply to your entire family. This is the story. I also want to tell you what happened to me in 1986. How many years ago? More than 30 years. 35 years almost 35 years. In 1986, Gurudev was conducting Gita Marathon Camp. Means Gurudev taught the entire Bhagavad Gita, all 18 chapters in 45 days. So I attended because I requested Gurudev that I want to attend that camp. Gurudev gave me permission. And our Swami Swarupananda ji also was there in the same camp. We both were together in the same room in the Siddhabadi. This camp was in Siddhabadi, Himachal Pradesh. And our room was above the office room. 5 brahmacharis in one room. Imagine. 5 brahmacharis. So wall to wall carpet, we were wall to wall brahmacharis. 5. So 5 brahmacharis in one room and 1 bathroom. Imagine. Not like your college 2 in 1, 2 people sharing 1 bathroom. 5 brahmacharis in 1 bathroom. And morning class, Vedic chanting starts at 5 in the morning. 5 a.m. So all should be there before 5 a.m. So what time we should start? 5 of us should get ready. So they said 3 o'clock, 3 a.m. we have to start. Each brahmachari will get 20 minutes. Try to be 15 to 20 minutes, max not more than 25. 20 minutes for each brahmacharis. Now 3 a.m., who will take the first 20 minutes? Everybody looked at each other. 3 a.m., 3 in the morning. Then I raised my hand. 3 o'clock, I will take up. Everybody immediately agreed, unanimously agreed, all of them. Now what can I do? I accepted. So 3 a.m. 3 a.m., first day I got up. In 20 minutes, I got ready and went out. No, by 3:20, I'm ready. What should I do? And I thought, let me go to Rama temple. In Siddhabadi, there's a Ram Mandir. So Rama temple I went. Then 5 minutes there. Then came to Gurudev's Kutia. Outside Gurudev's Kutia is Hanuman, Veera Hanuman. In the Vajrasan, Veerasan. So he was there. So I went round Hanuman also. And by 3:45, I went into Gurudev's Kutia waiting. Exactly at 4 a.m., 4 in the morning, Gurudev comes out. Like the morning sun. And there was a Shivaramji also who used to take care of Gurudev. So he and I, only 2 of us were there. So we used to come straight, prostrate to Gurudev. Full prostration, flat on the ground. And Gurudev used to bless us. And then Gurudev used to go to his room, next room there, and start writing. So I went behind him and sat near his feet. And Gurudev used to write letters to devotees. I used to sit at the feet from 4 in the morning till 4:55. And at 4:55, I got up and bowed down to Gurudev. He looked. I said, Swamiji, Vedic chanting. Vedic chanting. Good. Please go. At 4:55, I went to the Vedic chanting. 5 o'clock was Vedic chanting. And at 5:30, Gurudev came for conducting meditation class. Then Gita classes. This was there for 45 days. Can you imagine that? 45 days. I could get up at 3 a.m. How? The thought, I will get to see Gurudev. The thought of seeing him made me jump out of bed. Not with I have to get up at 3 a.m. No, joyful feeling that I get to see Gurudev. I get to see Gurudev. Jumped out of bed immediately. 20 minutes I got ready. And 3:25 I'm out of the room. Went to Ram Mandir quickly. And then Hanuman. And then went to Gurudev's Kutia waiting for him. Exactly. Sometimes he came even 5 minutes to 4. More joy. And from 4 a.m. to 4:55 a.m. at his feet. So when you are seeing Gurudev, he did it every day. And let's follow him. When you are see, is it possible to get up for somebody's sake every day for 45 days, 3 in the morning? Is it possible? If you start thinking, I don't think I will get up for anybody yet. But it was Gurudev's presence. I don't know. It is his grace. I did not even think twice. Should I get up or not get up? Should I give my chance of 3 o'clock to somebody else? And nobody was willing. Isn't it? So to make me get up joyfully out of bed at 3 in the morning every day for 45 days, imagine, it is all Gurudev's glory. Even now, if you remember what Gurudev said, whenever you need me, close your eyes and look into your heart, and I will be there. That's Gurudev's promise to us. Whenever you need me, especially whenever your mind is in fear. Mind in fear means F-E-A-R. F is feverish. E is excitement. Feverish excitement or nervousness, you can say. So feverish excitement, F-E. A, anxieties. R, regrets. So feverish excitement in the present. Anxieties for the future. Regrets of the past. It's called fear. So whenever your mind is in fear, nervous, feverish excitement, anxieties, regrets, remember Gurudev. That's the time we need. So Gurudev said, whenever you need me, close your eyes and look into your heart, and I will be there. That is his promise, because he is the consciousness in you. Consciousness is illuminating all our activities. Any activity, seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, feeling, thinking, blinking, winking, all activities. Isn't it? Without consciousness, where is seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, feeling, thinking, blinking, winking? Remember all this. You are doing every day. But you can't, when I ask you to repeat, some of the kids do it. But again, if I ask, they don't remember. I have to put it on the TV. So they look at that, seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, feeling, thinking, blinking, winking. They read the TV. You should read it in your mind. Even in Sanskrit, it is there. Not like exact literal meaning. In Gita, that is, if you remember Chinmaya Jayanti date, May 5, and verse number 8, 5, 8. Gita chapter 5, verse number 8 gives this in Sanskrit. Pashyan, Shrunvan, Sprishan, Jigran, Ashnan, Gachan, Shwapan, Shwasan, Pralapan, Visrujan, Grundan, Unmishan, Nimishan, Api. In English, seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, feeling, thinking, blinking, winking. You can remember. Isn't it? First is all the senses: seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, all the 5 senses. Feeling, thinking, mind, intellect. Then extra masala, blinking, winking. Isn't it? Blinking, winking. So seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, feeling, thinking, blinking, winking. Memorize this. But this you may memorize, but behind it, behind the seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, feeling, thinking, is Gurudev, Chinmayananda. So Chinmayananda means pure consciousness, bliss absolute. Gurudev, I never saw Gurudev sorrowful. Never. Always joyful, always cheerful. As I said, keep smiling, like Lord Krishna. Always smiling, always laughter, joy. And anybody in his presence cannot be sorrowful. They'll come out of the sorrow immediately. That was Gurudev's glory. So whenever you need me, close your eyes and look into your heart, and I will be there. This is the promise of Gurudev, and I feel it. Not a day passed without my mind and intellect remembering him. 28 years. Actually, I am 28 years old. You may think I'm younger, but still, I am 28 years old. I calculate because I became Swami Dheerananda in 93. Sannyasa Diksha Gurudev gave me in 93. So Dheerananda is from 93. So 28 years. Because I have to prove, logically I have to prove it to you. You know, Swamiji is bluffing, bluff and no, the truth. So physically Swami, but if you feel him in your heart, he is there for you. And he shall be for you forever. He is the BFF, best friend forever. Because he is just behind your seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, feeling, thinking, blinking, winking. I'm repeating it so many times so that it can be tattooed in your mind intellect. So always remember, Gurudev is the consciousness in you. Is because of consciousness, the eyes are seeing. Because of consciousness, the ears are hearing and listening. Because of consciousness, my mind is feeling. Because of consciousness, my intellect is thinking. So all activities, physical, emotional, intellectual, are because of the divine life, the pure consciousness. So let's do the Narayana mantra. Remember, Narayana, the divine life, the universal life, the one life in all living beings. So when you're chanting Narayana, your lips need not move. Your mouth, nobody can see your mouth chanting. Only your tongue is chanting. Anywhere you can do this. Silently you can do, even with the sound. So others will be watching. Where is the sound coming from? Nobody can notice it. This is the trick of ventriloquism. You can say, I'm a ventriloquist. So start. So all of you can practice in your own home. You can do loudly, or you can do only your tongue japa. Narayana, 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 Narayana. 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 Narayana, 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 Narayana. Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. Narayana, 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 Narayana. Narayana, 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 Narayana. Thank you very much. Hari Om. And I may peek in now and then in your class. So enjoy your Bala Vihar classes. Hari Om. Thank you very much.